This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not 24,000, 20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Elzagari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Let's step into the world of cryptocurrency with a guy that loves to talk crypto in the world of blockchain technology.
It's time to talk crypto with my bro, the Big O, so turn it up and listen, dude.
It's the Crypto Bro Show with Orlando Elzagari.
Alrighty,
welcome aboard, welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Yes, we are flying solo on the Crypto Bro Show. And there we go. Now we are set to go. And thanks to the folks at R&M Contractors for being proud sponsors of the Crypto Bro Show. And we are right now at 69 still. Well, 68,970. Been flirting with 69, hitting it and going back down a little bit there, but it's pumping. It's pumping. Bitcoin is up almost 2% right now. So pretty good. It's hit like 69.2, I think I saw once. So we are climbing, which is an absolutely beautiful thing. It's what we've been waiting for a while. Well, really, it all depends. If you're a newbie, you just got in the 50s or in the early 60s. This isn't, you're making a little money. Okay, that's fine. If you got in at 70 or at 71 when it hit its peak and it's went down, then you're kind of panicking and all that. But if you got in at 16 or at 26 or at 36, you're loving life right now. You're just riding the wave, baby. That's all you're doing. You're just riding the wave. That's all. Just ride the wave. You take it. And the beauty of Bitcoin is that all you have to do is look at what goes on in the big picture, right? And so right now you look at it where the screen is at. Now let me take this part off here for you. And you see we got the pump today where we were kind of fiddling around the 67 range, all of that. And then all of a sudden we shot up and we started shooting up right about 2:50 a.m. By the way, 3 a.m. seems to be a time when there's some movement in the market all the time. You got to check it out. Like 3 a.m., it's interesting how there's always some movement at 3 a.m. Very interesting in the market in Bitcoin. Just notice how there's things happen. I don't know why at 3 a.m. It's just weird. So it pumps, goes up to 69. We've been fiddling around. See, we're at 68,963 now. And really, let's put it up for a year. We're right now in the same chamber. We're just in the higher part of the chamber that we've been in. There's the 73 mark that we hit back in March, okay, at the beginning of this. And then we've gone up and down in this chamber. We hit the 49, we hit the 59, and now we're back up here at 69. And we're 6.7% right now. We're right around, give or take, whatever. But we're just under 7% from an all-time high. So there's many ways of looking at this. Is this a pump right now where we're just kind of in the high part of this chamber that we've been in for 6 months? Or is this the beginning of the major pump that we've been expecting now, pre-elections, post-elections, inauguration, into the new year, all that kind of stuff that comes with the cycle? Right? I don't know yet. And everybody has their theory, Rocktober here. We did get a pump. Okay, we got a little bit of pump here in October. We're in a positive in October. Maybe not what people are expecting. There's a lot of people that think November is really the month. And actually, like late November, I believe it's like the 26th or the 28th, I saw where somebody had this graph and they kind of showed where the true pump happens at that point in late November, that it really takes off. But we do move up. Like we should be in all-time highs by that point. But that major pump that could take us to the 90s into the hundreds, that's the pump they're talking about. So we'll see. Look, none of us really have the crystal ball. Any of us that invest, we can gather information. We can hear about what's going on in the world. We can get a little technical analysis, And we can put all of that together and then make our own judgments and what we think is going, oh, no, this is it here. And sometimes we're going to guess right. Most of the time, we're going to guess wrong, right? Because most of us, if you invest long enough, it ends up where you invest more and the dip continues, where you thought it was low and it went even lower. Okay. That happens to all of us if you've been in it long enough. That's what happens. And it's going to happen more for you than you time when the top is. That's just, So that's the beauty of all of this. Nobody really. That's why at the beginning, there's a disclaimer, because I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I have a crystal ball, nor can I tell you what the future is, because I have no idea if there's a pandemic around the corner, if there's a war, if there's a supply chain issue, if there's political turmoil, if there's whatever it is, storms, you name it, Mother Nature, all kinds of stuff can get in the way, as you've all noticed over time if you've invested. So many. Look at this week. What happened this past week? And by the way, thank you. Tether FUD. Oh, Tether is being investigated. They're not being investigated. But thank you. You went down. I got me some cheaper altcoins. I got a little bit of dip on Bitcoin. Thank you very much. Lettuce hands. Thank you very much. Those of you that want to keep letting it go and let it go and let it go, go ahead. Go. If you don't have patience, that's fine. That's why you're not here since 16,000. And you're not here since 26. The people that are selling now are not the people that bought it earlier. They're not. On average, they're the people that own it less than 155 days. And you know who's leading the way right now? The bulls. The bulls are the ones that are buying everything. So every time Lettuce Hands releases Bitcoin into the market, the guppies and the bulls are buying it. So I don't really understand the dips that have happened at times, and I don't understand the lack of patience. Now, listen, if you needed the money, then okay, that's understandable. But if you're moving it around and because you're impatient and you're putting it here or there or whatever, I don't know. You're really doing a disservice to yourself. By the way, I on the show, we've told you, not on this one, but on my daily show where I talk a little crypto. Now I'm trying to talk less on the daily show and trying to leave it all for the Crypto Bro Show. And there's so many places you can buy Bitcoin, and we're all trying to save money here or there. In Swan, they allow you to buy the first 10,000 Bitcoin fee-free. They always allow you to move it to your cold storage wallet fee-free. And on Cash App, I've told you about that, where you can buy Bitcoin. It's convenient, especially for newbies. It's a great way to get introduced to Bitcoin, because maybe using crypto.com or Binance or a DeFi platform might be a little bit more confusing, a little bit more challenging. Cash App makes it easy for you, things like that. And so a little feature. And on Cash App, which, of course, by the way, you can always make a donation to the program on Cash App or Venmo, by the way, at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And you can also make a Bitcoin donation, and you can also make an Ethereum donation. Use that QR code there for Venmo, for Cash App, and we also have one for PayPal. But on Cash App, I also did this, since I have a Cash App account, and if you have one too, okay, you know how you can purchase Bitcoin there, and you can move it for free. Also, there's 3 options when you're moving it. You choose the third option, and it is free, right? That third option. All right, cool. You send that third option, and you send it for free. Cool. Now, ask for your Cash App card. And here's what I also did. All right, I'm now using my Cash App card for small purchases. I stop at a gas station. I got to get a water or a soda or a snack or something. I use my Cash App card now. You know what I did? They have Bitcoin roundups. So you're going to do bullshit little purchases all day, all week, all month, right? Okay. Maybe for big ones, I'll put it on American Express to get the miles or get my 2% back on Apple or something. But if I'm going to pay like little things, I'm using my Cash App now, right? Because I went and bought something this morning and it costs, I think, like $2.20. So 80 cents was rounded out in a Bitcoin into my account. So that's what I'm doing. So all my little purchases get rounded out. If it's 10 cents, if it's 50 cents, if it's 80 cents, whatever. And before you know it, at the end of the month, you're depositing another 25, 35, 45 bucks in Bitcoin into your account. You know, and it's a nice way of DCA because you're just buying it all the time. You're just laying it there. Just leave it. So Cash App has that little feature. I kind of like that, man. I kind of like that. I know I looked into a river that they have. They when you hold your money there, they give you interest in Bitcoin, you know. But all these little things, it's like it's discretionary stuff. You're going to end up purchasing stuff, and if it doesn't bother you to round out the rest and put it in a Bitcoin, that's it. You know, and for those of you that worry about that kind of stuff, I don't have too much money. Well, round out throughout the month, and before you know it, and that's change that's going to grow. That 80 cents today, that thing will become a dollar something soon, very soon. So it's productive change that you put into your Cash App account, and then you move it over to your cold storage wallet for free. So it's not costing you anything. So when you accumulate a few bucks at the end of the month or 2 or 3 months down the line, and it's $30, $50, $100, $150, I don't know what your spending habits are. And without even trying, you're saving Bitcoin. And that's like a little bit that you can save every month. For those of you out there that are a little worried about it, that's another way you can do it. And it's one of those credit cards that you have to put money into in order to use it. Okay. It's not like they're not gonna give you a credit card and then give you Bitcoin, and they don't know if you'll pay the bill at the end of the month. Can't do it that way. You gotta use logic, okay, just in case. Because if you get it and you go, well, wait a minute, I have to put money in it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But if you're gonna use bullshit money around all day long, you could use it you could connect it to your Apple Pay, by the way. When you do sign up on Cash App, you can connect it right away to your Apple Pay, and you can use it right away with your Apple Pay. And that's great. And then eventually you'll get the card and you can physically use the card everywhere else. And then the change just becomes Bitcoin wherever you go. I think it's a really cool little feature for anybody out there that, you're buying Bitcoin and you're investing and all that. Here's another way without you even thinking about it. You're accumulating Bitcoin every single day. Little piece, little slice. Remember, you're not going to be able to do that for a long time. That's not going to last very long, because eventually the supply is going to dry up and they're not going to have that feature anymore. So I'm just saying, might as well take advantage. And it's another secret little way that you're accumulating Bitcoin. Pretty cool. I think it's actually a really cool thing. One-Eyed Jack says, thank you. I learned something about crypto and Bitcoin every time I watch. I appreciate you. Thank you. We try. He says, that's exactly how I use my Coinbase card and will be spending. I get 5% back in Bitcoin. There you go. See? There you go. I just don't trust Coinbase, so I'm kind of like, I don't like to tie. Do you have your money, any kind of money tied to it? Like you have to leave any coins there or something? I don't know. And then, but are you moving it to your cold storage wallet for free after? That's what I like about Cash App, that you're collecting it and then you move it fee free. So you're not taking any of my money back. You know what I'm saying? But it is cool, 5% back. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. That is very, very cool. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so got a bunch of stuff to talk about. I think one of the things, before I get into some of the news and this is some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about, I just want to kind of reiterate to the veterans out there, this is not for you guys probably, because you're going to know. But for newbies, okay, I'm not, again, a financial advisor. It says it at the beginning of the show. But if you invest in stocks, everybody tells you, hey, you got to get something from the big seven, or get all the big seven, or get 3 of them or 4 of them, invest in those. Why? Because you can't lose with Microsoft, you can't lose with Apple and Tesla and Amazon, yada, 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 all that stuff. Well, in crypto, I want you to know that it's the same thing. You must have Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana. Now, Solana has gotten to that point, and it's going to grow. Okay, I think it's important that you try to accumulate Solana too at the same time. But Bitcoin, obviously, first and foremost, because it's finite. There's only a certain amount. You will only, and at these prices, that's the thing. Those of you that are looking at this and going, oh my God, this seems expensive. Yeah, it kind of is, and it really isn't. Because when it's $600,000, are you going to say, $60,000 really wasn't that expensive? And when it's $1 million, you're going to go, dude, $60,000 was a steal. And when it's 1.6 million, you're going to go, what the hell was I thinking? Why wasn't I going for it at 60,000? That's what you're going to say. Because those of us that went and took the dive at 16 and 18 when it was plummeting, we said, no, this is going to go and bounce right back. It's just, going to take some time, but it's going to bounce right back. And I'm here for the long haul. And sure, here we are. You bought at 16, you bought at 26, you bought at 36, you waited, you're golden. So now when you buy it at 60, like I do still, I'm not nervous about it, because I know eventually it'll be at 160, and it'll be at 600, and it'll be at 900, and it's going to be for my daughter at a couple million or whatever. Not for me. She's going to enjoy it, not me, obviously, because I'm really collecting it for her, not for me. But, that's my point. And that's the idea, and that's why you have to have the long outlook when it's all said and done. And this is why your portfolio must have, instead of the big 7, the powerful 3. And that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. These 3 must be the foundation of all of your crypto portfolios. Look, if you guys want to go out there, and ladies out there, you want to take chances with your meme coins and gamble, those are not investments. Those are gambles. That's not an investment. Investment is Avalanche. Okay? Pepe is a gamble. SHIB is a gamble. Doge is a gamble. These are not investments. Okay? Dog with hat, any of them that you name. Foxy, right, is now like the hot one that people are. They're all gambles, because we just don't know what's really going to happen. There's no real utility. There's no real life usage out of these things. It's all based on just popularity and, momentum and things like that. And God bless you if you hit it, but you got to know you're gambling. You're not investing. When you invest in Bitcoin, you are investing in the greatest asset on the planet. When you're investing in Ethereum, you're investing in what is now the biggest financial, landscape that is created on the blockchain right now. 60% of your stable coins are on Ethereum. Tons of businesses are on Ethereum, and more are climbing aboard as they also make everything more affordable, from the gas fees and everything else. So it's just a monster that's going to continue to grow. And Solana is the same thing. Solana is already well on its way. They are the king of meme coins. They are absolutely dominating with metaverse and gaming and all kinds of stuff. And they're innovative with their phones and stores and everything else. So Solana is making all kinds of headway where blockchain and digital technology has not been able to go. So that's what these 3 monsters are doing, and they should be in your portfolio. Bitcoin should be your number 1. Ethereum 2, and Solana 3, and then you break up the percentages however you want. And then when you want to invest in all the other altcoins, you go for it, dude. You go for it. But do not put the percentage that you put into Bitcoin, into Ethereum, or Solana into those other coins. That is my suggestion. That's just the way I look at it. You know, there are other coins that I'm heavily invested in, but not like I'm invested in Ethereum or in Solana, and especially in a Bitcoin. Not even close. Because I want my money to really grow. It might grow at a slightly slower pace because certain altcoins might hit really big. Might. I know Bitcoin's going to hit and move perpetually. Whereas everything else has a shelf life, everything else has a ceiling. Bitcoin has really no ceiling. I will never see the ceiling. Maybe my daughter sees the ceiling. I don't know. But I'm never going to see the ceiling. That's the key. Okay? So if I'm not going to see the ceiling, that's actually a very good investment. You don't get caught up. Look, you don't get caught up in the day-to-day, hour-to-hour, week-to-week, all that bullshit. You just don't do that because you look at all time, and there you go. It was on the floor, and then it took off. And then it came back down, and it took off to even higher points. And it's never going to fall like this ever again. You know why? Because corporations are in now. Financial investment corporations are in now. Cities, corporations, countries, states, unions, you name it. Retail. It was all carried by retail before. Now retail will be the small fraction of what it is. It'll be carried by countries and by all kinds of big-time corporations like a MicroStrategy, like a BlackRock, like all those ETFs. That's the foundation now that becomes of the crypto market, just like it is in gold, just like it is in the stock market. That's just, you know, I'm sorry, I left you I left the cover there. But that's how it is in every market that's ever existed, and that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. So please make sure your portfolio is loaded with as much Bitcoin. And if anybody tells you you're too late, they're full of shit. They're wrong. They're lying to you, and they don't know and they don't understand. They just don't. They just don't. And if you can't buy a lot, do the silly thing like I do on the side with the Cash App card. You know, things like that. And you'll accumulate slowly and it'll grow. And you'll be and that way it'll even grow without you realizing and really hurting you badly. Because if you buy only 1 or 2 things a day or 3 things a day, what's it going to be? 30 cents, 80 cents, $1.20, whatever. Okay. You know, you do that 30 times a day, 30 times a month, it accumulates. You do that all year, it accumulates. And it'll grow like crazy. And you get to move it for free to your cold storage wallet. Those are little things. Man, listen, I'm not a whale. Lots of people aren't there are whales. These are little things that you can do to help you grow your portfolio. That's all I'm saying. And this whole thing about you're too late and all that, you're not even close to being too late. Not even close to being too late. Okay. By the way, R&M Contractors, Ray and Mike do a great job here in South Florida. Dade, Broward County, complete remodel, kitchen upgrades. And by the way, they waterproof your terrace and balcony, and they do a flood test report. It is impressive, dude. They flood your whole floor and your balcony and make sure that there's no leakage. So if you own a condo, the last thing you want, if a busted pipe or anything, it starts going to the floor down, it starts creating a bigger mess, a bigger insurance problem, all of that. You don't want that. Flood test reports are very important. And by the way, they not only make sure that everything is sealed, not only that, but it also drains properly. So that's the other thing, because a lot of times People think they have their flood test report, and then when they try to drain everything, it's a disaster, and it becomes an even bigger problem. So R&M contractors, Ray and Mike, they go through the whole process, and I know a lot of condo people out there are having big-time issues with insurance, with DeSantis, with everything else going on, and the laws that have changed. So please call Ray and Mike. They can help you out. 305-345-3649. That's 345-3649 for R&M contractors and custom drywall. All right. Looks like I am stiff again. It's one of those deals. What the hell is going on? Okay. Something's going on. You guys can hear me probably, right? Let's see if this helps out at all and it kind of loosens things up. No, it's not. No. No, not at all, huh? I am completely frozen. I know last time I unfroze it and I forgot how I did it. And this is the problem, that when Sean is not managing the program, these are the kind of things that could end up happening. And I don't know how I unfroze it last time. But anyway, you can hear me, and I'll figure out if I can unfreeze it as I'm talking. Anyway, so let's get to it. The other thing I want to warn you, some coins are getting unlocked in the next week. Sui, if you're a Sui guy or gal out there, they are going to release 81 million Sui coins. That's about 145 million worth. So it's kind of like printing money. When the government prints money, like Trump printed $8 trillion and Biden probably printed like another $8 trillion. So our last two presidents kind of like flooded the streets with 16 trillion. That's where your inflation really comes from, because your money's worth less because there's more out there. Well, your Sui coin is going to drop in value because they're about to flood this is an inflationary mechanism that unfortunately you have to look when you invest. What is the circulation? And are all the coins out in circulation? And if they're going to release coins, then, that'll be a problem, because the more they release, the value dips of anything and everything. Okay. This is why Bitcoin and gold can't be compared. You mine 2 to 3% of the world's gold every year. You add to your supply. Every year, more gold is found. You might find more gold in other worlds once we start traveling, once we start digging in other planets and stuff like that, because we will. That's what we do, right? So that could end up happening. Whereas Bitcoin, you mine the 21 million and it's over. Too bad, so sad. There's no more. Immutable X. I am an Immutable X guy. They are going to release 32 million of their supply, 43 million worth. So that'll dip it a little bit. And Celestia, TIA, they are releasing 16.3% of their supply, 175 million worth. That, my friends, is very inflationary. So that is going to hurt you if you're a Celestia person. So again, you got to know about these things when you invest in the first place. And then if there's a dip and if you believe in it and it lowers your overall average, then you continue to buy. For me, Immutable X, I'm a huge believer of Immutable X. So I look at it a little differently. You know what I mean? I wonder if I do this for real quickly.
This is the Big O Show.
Now we're back. There we go. All right. So, like I told you, the release of these coins is going to create a problem. So make sure you're prepared for SUI, IMX, and Celestia, because that will be an issue. The other thing going on in the world of Bitcoin, and let's get into some of the news. Here we go. Here's the thing that you got to know, and it's going to remind you of something that if you're a hodler like I am, last week, 15,194 Bitcoins were bought by the ETFs. And the miners, like every week, they can only mine 3,150 because you can only mine 450 a day. And in 4 years, it'll be 225. And in 4 years from that, it'll be 12 and a half, and so on and so forth, right? So you mine every day less and less every 4 years after the halving. So every week, you can only mine a max of 3,150. And if you go times 4, folks, what is that? It's 12,600. They bought last week more than what you can mine in a month. Now, that's ETFs buying Bitcoin to Bitcoin mined. Did they count that El Salvador bought a Bitcoin every day for the last month? That's 30 more. Did it count all the Bitcoins that were bought by people like you and me? Not that I bought a Bitcoin, but I bought a little sliver of a Bitcoin. You bought a little sliver, and he bought a little sliver, and she bought a sliver, and everybody bought a sliver, and we all equal a Bitcoin and many Bitcoins. Did it count all the other countries buying Bitcoin? Does it count the corporations buying Bitcoins? Does it count the cities buying Bitcoins? Does it count the states that are buying Bitcoins? No, it doesn't. This is just the ETFs. So it just, kind of, you got to think about these things. This is just absolutely crazy what's going on. And the way that this thing is soaring. It's something that you got to love if you're a Bitcoin investor. All right, let's go into a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about. Let's see, Van Eck, which they manage. I think it's something about a $90 billion. They predict that Bitcoin, will be worth $3 million and will be used as the global reserve asset by 2050. So we're in 2024. He's talking about a quarter century from now. You think you're late? You think you're late? You're not late. Do you know how far this? He just told you it's going to be $3 million. Van Eck has no reason to lie about this. It only benefits them because they're going to buy Bitcoin. They're probably going to mine Bitcoin. They're probably going to store Bitcoin for people because we're going to need banks to do that, because that's how you're going to get the average person to get into it. You're not going to get so many people that are like us hardcore people that we got into crypto. We understood it. We went and bought a cold storage wallet. We learned about, how to manage a cold storage wallet, the 12, 24 words, all that. You think the average person is going to do that shit? No, dude, banks are going to be very important for this. I know it's kind of like you want to distance yourself from a bank, but you can't. You need banks. Banks are important. To a certain extent, we all need banks. There has to be banking. It's important, but it needs to change and adjust with what's going on. And the average person is going to feel better having their Bitcoin there at the moment, because that's how they need to learn. What you and I have done as pioneers in all of this in the first 15 years, anyone that's gotten in it from 15 years ago to 10 or 5 years ago or 3 years ago, you're cut from a different cloth. You're willing to do things that 98% of the world are afraid to do. We are not going to get people on board like mass adoption by everybody. Everybody's going to buy a cold. Are you kidding? Imagine old people. They're not going to learn cold storage wallets and 12 and seed words and all that. Oh, come on, dude. No. And learn how to use a DeFi platform or no. So it's going to have to play that way. I was talking to somebody that I know that's into banking, and I said, dude, it's you guys need crypto. You need crypto big time because that's how mass adoption is going to take over. And that will help the banks too. Big time. The BRIC countries, we talk about it all the time. You want to know how big they are and how big they are on board on Bitcoin? 3 of the 6 new members to the BRICS, the UAE, Argentina, and Ethiopia, are all mining Bitcoin with government resources. Meanwhile, we're not doing it. So, Russia's sovereign wealth fund is investing in Bitcoin mining throughout the BRICS countries with the goal of setting global trade in Bitcoin. Do you know how huge that is for us? They have 40% of the world's GDP, the BRICS. And by the way, they keep adding countries. I don't care about their political stance and all that. There's a lot of them there in the BRICS that I don't agree with their political stance and all that kind of stuff. But my point is they still have the power. They still have the money. They still have the influence. And they're dropping the dollar like a bad habit. They've all agreed in this summit to trade within their own currencies. No U.S. currency anymore. That's 40% of the GDP not working with the U.S. currency. We are dying as the world's reserve currency. Keep reminding you of that. Okay. Remember I talked to you about Ethereum, why you got to have it, why you need it on your portfolio. 60% of stable coins are on Ethereum. Well, stable coins now will grow to become a relevant part of the global financial system. This is the opinion of Jeremy Allaire, CEO of Circle. He says that stable coins will grow to capture 10% of the money supply in the next 10 years. So think about that. 10% of the money supply. So people will be dealing in stable coins. It's not going to happen overnight, but eventually everybody will have a digital wallet and everybody will be dealing in digital currency. There's no doubt about it. Allaire, by the way, also highlighted that even with the recent expansion of stablecoins, it is still in the early stages of the crypto class. And the smart people keep reminding you we're still in the early stages. So don't fall for the FUD. Find something you believe in, study it, okay, top to bottom. And if you believe in it, get in on it early and take advantage because you will benefit from it. I loaded up more on Chainlink this week. I think Chainlink under $11 is, I don't know, it's beyond the steal. Beyond the steal. Some that I know is going to go over $100. My prediction, not a financial advisor. I said, I'm loading up. I'm getting more Chainlink. You know, things like that have happened after this dip again. I'm not going to panic. This is when we all will make our money. When everybody is scared, when everybody's nervous about things, I have more and more conviction that Chainlink offers something that most don't. And they're going to be the oracle of the entire damn blockchain pretty much. They dominate in that area. Anyway, all right. It just continues to grow. Remember, we talked about the ETFs accumulating the miners, right? Well, now we start going into countries. The government of Bhutan is approaching 1 billion in Bitcoin holdings. I mean, you know, this is the kind of stuff that we've been talking about right here. It's crazy. This is the kind of stuff that we've been talking about. A country, Bhutan, 1 billion. Now, check this out. ETF accumulation flow. You want to talk about a positive flow? This is it right here. Look at that. This is the pace that ETFs are on. And then look at this back half right here, right now. Look what's gone on in this recent last month. Look at that spike. And remember, we've gone 6 months like this, and it's going like this. So the lettuce hands that are getting nervous, it's good. And the rich people, the smart people, the whales, they're like, yeah, go ahead, you idiots. Keep selling, keep selling, keep selling. Those are the rich people. Those are the smart people. Those are the people that hold their Amazon stocks and pass it on to their kids, and their kids pass it on to their kids. And that's, not that Amazon's been around that long, but that's what I'm saying. Microsoft, whatever. This is what happens. These are the people that are foundationally moving this market. And that's why we tell you, you are not even close to being late. Not even close to being late. Okay. Spot Bitcoin. It is out of control what is happening with the spot Bitcoin ETF market. Okay. They are accumulating at a sick pace. Okay. Spot Bitcoin ETFs have accumulated over 938,000 Bitcoin. Okay. This is all in less than a year. In less than a year, they've done this. Nuts. In less than a year. Remember, I told you, ETFs to mining, who's accumulating and all that good stuff, right? And I told you, well, you're leaving out all kinds of other things, right? Like, let's say Emory University. Emory University now owns 16 million in Bitcoin. They've bought 15,082 Bitcoin. I'm sorry, 15,082,241 in Bitcoin. And it's the first U.S. university to report owning Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't know how much proof I can show you on what's going on in this market and who's investing. You got to be able to see it yourself. You got to be able to understand, what's going on and take advantage of it too. Take advantage of it. Let me see here. Joel, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Joel Townley, a little love on Cash App. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, for your crypto passion. Appreciate you. Saw the personalized note. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Halloween style and everything. Very nice, Joel. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Let's see. Robert T. What else? Do you look at Bitcoin liquidity heat maps? Not really. I look at overall liquidity because to me, that's what ignites Bitcoin. So I don't really worry about that kind of stuff. I worry more about who's buying, why are they buying, and what, like, here you go. Not, again, I say this all the time. I have to repeat it over and over again. I don't care about Democrats and I don't care about Republicans. But I do laugh at this one thing, right? You want liquidity? I don't care which one of these fools gets in, okay? I'm not a fan of either one, but both are going to print. I just told you the last two presidents printed $16 trillion, and that's why we have inflation. Okay? $16 trillion. Obama printed 8, and Bush Jr. printed 6. So they combined for 14. These two combined for at least 16. The next president will break records. They have no choice. They're going to print plus 10 trillion, I'm sorry. They're going to shatter records. And they have no choice because we are now a debt-ridden society. That's just how it is. And we're accumulating debt like it's going out of style. So that's the liquidity heat map that I need. That I know they're going to print, so they're going to both blow up Bitcoin because they're going to explode. They're going to destroy the dollar. They have no choice. This is what they do. The last two presidents have proven it. Doesn't matter what side you're on. They're both terrible at this. And they're destroying our dollar. And this is why Bitcoin is going to explode. And this is why Van Eck and Fidelity and BlackRock and ARK Investments and all of these people are seeing the same thing. And that's why they're accumulating Bitcoin like it's going out of style. Because they see what's going on with the dollar. And they see that if you put $1,000 in the bank, 6 months from now, you cannot buy $1,000 anymore. A year from now, you're buying 800 and something. But if you put it in a Bitcoin, a year later, you're up 120%. Kind of a difference. That's why commodities go up, because the dollar sucks. So it's going to take you more dollars to buy an Apple share. It's going to take you more dollars to buy gold. It's going to take you more dollars to buy silver. Silver has been on a run. It's going to take you way more dollars to buy a Bitcoin. It's going to take you way more dollars to buy a Tesla stock, because commodities will continue to grow. It'll take more dollars to buy a house. It's not that the house is worth more. It's that the dollar is worth less. It's not that the bottle of Fiji is worth more. It's that your dollar's worth less. That's the problem here. We're looking at it the other way around all over the world. Oh my God, the cost for this. No, it's your dollar getting destroyed because everybody's printing dollars. They're printing francs, and they're printing rubles, and they're printing euros, and they're printing. And that's our problem. So they print more. And so, yeah, we'll raise the hourly rate. Who gives a shit? Making $15 an hour is the same thing as making $5.25 years ago. But because the dollar is worth nothing, that's why you're making 15. It looks like you're making more, but you're really not making more. Because el pan con bistec that you wanted over there used to cost you $4.50, $5. Now it costs you $12.50. It's not that the inflation is, it's not that they're charging you more for the steak sandwich. No, it's that the money is worth less because they keep printing more and more and more. We have a completely wrong attitude about money in this world. And this is why we don't catch up to what the politicians are doing to us and how they're destroying our economy. And it's not necessarily all about all the other stuff. It's really about just the money printer. Money printer. Oh, bank goes out. Let's bail it. Airline, let's bail them out. Do they bail you out? No, they don't bail your ass out. But no, let's go bail out other countries. Let's go bail out everything else. And, so that's where it goes. Okay. That's why don't stop. Don't stop accumulating. Whatever you do, don't stop accumulating Bitcoin. You do that, and life will be what I would say is, I would call it absolutely glorious.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.